Most media is made for a non-disabled audience, for people who can see, hear, or process information in a neurotypical way.
Animated Logo, a megaphone blasting "Props No More," presents helpful tips to improve accessibility of your content.
So millions of us are locked out of the content and it's made inaccessible to us. But here are a few simple steps you can take to make the content accessible.
Number 1. Image descriptions. Animated purple lines decorate the screen.
Image descriptions, for instance, describe the visuals in an image for people who use screen readers. For example, if you would describe myself, I would say I'm a white woman in my 30s. I have a brown pixie cut wearing a dress made out of jeans in blue.
Photo of a dog.
Or for instance, you could describe an image as a black dog with a red collar lying on a front porch with some green flowers in the background. Don't describe emotions unless they're kind of important for the context. Just describe the visuals in the image.
Number 2. Captions.
Captions are for deaf people or people who are hard of hearing, so they can access video content, specifically the audio in a video. And you would not only describe the text, but also all sounds, for instance, music. And very important is, don't just use the auto-generated captions because they are not very accurate. Please correct them for accuracy. Manually edit all your captions to include, for instance, applause, sound, and even what the music sounds like.
The audience at the 2022 Academy Awards waving hands in American Sign Language applause. Number 3. Transcripts.
Transcripts are written versions for audio, for instance, podcasts, and they give access to deaf people and deaf-blind people.
Number 4. Simple language.
Simple language. Simple language gives access to people with learning disabilities, and it means to remove long sentences, breaking down sentences in more simpler sentences and removing all kind of jargon.
Words typing onto the screen. Complex language. Quote, true accessibility requires systemic change, not just individual accommodations. End quote. Simple language. Quote, the way the system works is not accessible. To be really accessible, we need to change the system, not just give individual support. End quote. Number 5. Contrasts and fonts.
Contrast and fonts. Use high contrast, avoid serifs, use good spacing, and also avoid green and red colors because some people are colorblind to those colors.
Number 6. Curb cut effect.
And here's the fun part. Even if you don't care about people's access, and I really hope you do,
The image of a still cussing Karina cuts out. Colored and black and white TV test pattern bars fill the screen.
Accessibility isn't only for disabled people, it really helps everyone. This is called the curb cut effect. Initially, curb cuts were made for disabled people, and particularly for wheelchair users, to be able to get up on a curb, obviously. But who else benefits from curb cuts?
A white screen is filled with little gray question marks in tidy rows. A giant black question mark looms at the center.
It's parents with strollers, for instance, or older people with walking aids, or people on bikes, or kids on scooters, or delivery workers. Pretty much everyone who has to carry heavy loads and has to get up on a curb. And it's the same in media. Captions, for instance, help people to watch videos in noisy environments. Like, imagine you're being on the metro and you don't want to annoy other people with the audio of your video. Or maybe you are in the gym and you're watching a video while dozens of other people are next to you. And some people, like myself, for instance, even prefer watching videos on social media without audio and just reading the captions.
Number 7. Alt text for images.
Another example is alt text for images. For instance, if you want your website to be found, you need alt text because Google scores and ranks your website higher if you have tag words in your alt text. Another example is simple language. If your website offers text in simple language, it makes it automatically accessible to people who are non-native speakers, for instance. Transcripts are yet another example because you open up your podcast to a whole different audience who might not like listening to stuff but instead prefer reading, just like myself again. And it also makes your podcast more shareable and searchable. One very simple tip how to improve your video content, for instance, is you could record a brief image description of how you look like at the beginning of each video. This helps blind people getting access to your video content. But also, to be honest, we forgot to do that. You just saw an image description of myself at the beginning of this video, but to be honest, we forgot, and I already sent out the camera crew and we had to bring all the set back in and re-record the audio description for this video. So just know, everybody makes mistakes. I'm deeply involved in accessibility. I still forget things. Just make sure you improve it the next time. You don't need a big fancy setup. You don't need a big team. Just start small. For instance, for Captions, you can use tools like Otter AI or CapCut. You can also use the automatic captions on YouTube or on TikTok, but then just make sure to edit them for accuracy. Write basic alt text whenever you post on any social media platforms. That's very simple to do, and Instagram, Facebook and all have specific places to put in alt text. Always ask yourself who might be excluded and how can I actually bring them in. Start with one step at a time. Caption your next video. Put up a transcript for your podcast. Or write an alt text for the next image you post. And if you're learning, you're already doing better than most.
Shakes a finger at the camera.
Doesn't mean you can rest now and stop learning.
The TV color test bars.
And if you want to do even more, which I hope you will because you loved this video and now you want to really get shit done, then maybe you want to support Gadim by following us, sharing our content, donate to us. Let's make media more accessible. One story, one person, one tool at a time. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Animated logo, a megaphone blasting, Props No More. Disabled creators tearing down barriers. Thank you for watching. Props No More is proudly presented by Gadim. Instagram and Facebook at Props No More Film, and TikTok at Props No More.